Today I'm going to introduce you to our new mobile apps for Android and iOS. Now these new apps allow smartphone users to send messages out from their txttools contact groups quickly without having to visit the website. You can see the two apps running here. I've got the Android emulator on the left and the iOS emulator on the right hand side. I'm a mere mortal. I have one mouse pointer and one brain, so it's going to take me a little bit extra time to show you the same interface on both devices, so bear with me, I'll do my best. Okay, so once you've downloaded the application from your market and installed it, you'll have the icon on your menu, exactly as you'd expect. You can see it in the bottom right of the Android menu here, and you can see it on the iOS menu. Well, it's the only one on the iOS menu. So if you click into the application, now there's two types of messaging available from the application. There's standard and emergency. There's a subtle difference between the two, but for now we will stick with standard messaging so that I can show you how this all works. So the first thing that we need to do is enter the details of a txttools account to use. On the iOS one, I'll just assume that we do have a txttools account. There we go, click through to standard. So what we need to do is we need to enter our txttools account details in here, and once your txttools account has been entered and saved in the application, then the app can use its address book groups, its templates and its signatures from the website. It just transfers those over for you, and you can use those to send messages out. So I'll just crack in my account details here. Give that a second to verify. And you can see there, that's now saved my txttools account in the Android application. I'll do the same in the iPhone application. I think I got that right. There you go. So I've got Greg's Test Monkey, don't ask, in both applications. Now, once you've got your txttools account details saved, next thing to do obviously is to compose a message. So if I click on my account, doesn't seem to want to play ball with my mouse. Give me a second. There we go. Verifies my credentials once again. We'll just skip the help screen. Now I'm able to access the various groups that are in my address book, and I can send messages out to them. So to compose a message, the first step is obviously to select your groups. We will go with Leeds Office. Click on there. And now you can see that that group has been added to the message. Now you can add multiple groups to the message, and if the same contact appears in more than one group, don't worry, they'll only receive the message once. So I'm going to add also our Los Angeles office to this. The numbers at the side as you're selecting the groups indicate how many people are in that group. I've got one in each of these demo groups just to show off the application. I'll do the same on the iPhone app. Again, you can see the interface here, very, very similar to the Android app. We've tried to keep them consistent between each other, but also consistent for the operating system that we're running on. So I will click Add here, add the Leeds office, and then click again, and add Los Angeles. Now to remove a group from the message, on Android, in the Android way, click and hold, and you'll get the option to remove group. On iPhone, click the little no entry sign to the left there, and you have the option to delete from the message. Now, you also have the ability to use templates from the website, as I said, and your signatures. So if I click on Menu on Android, if I click on Menu and it listens to me, then you'll see that we can select templates here. I'm going to select my demo template here, and you can also append your signature from the website to the message as well. If I click Append Signature, then my signature gets appended, and I'll just quickly insert a space between them. And there's my message composed. All I have to do now is click Send. That message will go off and be immediately distributed via the txttools system. I'll just show you the same thing again on iOS. So I can click on Templates. There's my template from the website. Put a space in, and I can add my signature as well. Also, you can save whatever message that you've written inside the composition box as a template. Save as template here. On iOS is just on the center button, and that saves that back to the website. And again on Android, if you tap on Menu and the emulator pays attention, then you can save messages template there. Please bear in mind that these templates and signatures are live. They are your templates and signatures as they appear on the website. If you delete a template from the application, it will be deleted from the website also. Click send. You can see message sent to one recipient. That's gone out. And the same thing again, message sent to one contact on iOS. So that's how you send a message through the application. As you can see, that's fairly straightforward. So I'm going to go back to the main screen. And I'll just show you how emergency messaging works now. Emergency messaging is very similar to standard messaging, much the same concept. The main difference with emergency messaging is that you pre-save all your recipient groups in advance. So when you're sending out a message in a hurry in the event of an emergency, you can simply select to send an emergency message and then select the groups that you've already pre-saved for that message to go to, type your message, or more likely select from a template and hit send, and you can get a message out to a large number of people very, very quickly without having to find a computer and get on the website and log in and so on and so forth. So, if I click on register emergency groups, it's going to ask me for a username and password. We'll use the same one as before. You can give your emergency group a short description so you know what it is. I will call this one evacuation. Hit save, verifies my account credentials. Those are saved, and now obviously I have to select the groups that I want this to be sent to. Again, I will skip the help box. So Leeds and Los Angeles. Now I have those groups. I can save that. Those emergency groups are saved. I now have an evacuation group set up with all the recipients pre-saved, and if I need to send an evacuation message in a hurry, I can tap on that, select a template or type a text message and hit send, and it will go to all those people immediately. I can do the same thing on iOS just to show you this working. Great. Test monkey. Again, skip the help. So we can put in the Leeds office here, and we'll put in the Los Angeles office as well, and we can hit save. And there you go. Again, very much similar interface on both devices. The only real difference is you've got tabs in Android and you have to select them individually in iOS. So if you want to send out an emergency message, you can click on your emergency group. Emulator had a small tantrum there, I apologise. And you go straight to the composition page with your recipient groups pre-selected. I can tap menu, templates, select and send. Message sent to 2 recipients. There we go. So that's how the text messaging in the application works. I won't go through the same thing on iOS this time. That's how you send text messages out from the application. The one thing that I haven't shown you so far is the settings screen. This is available from the main screen on Android, just by clicking menu and then selecting settings. This allows you to say whether the application should vibrate when it encounters an error, whether you should hide empty groups from the recipients list. This is a fairly important one. If you have any groups that don't have any recipients in, they won't show up by default within the application. However, in certain circumstances, you might wish to create the groups in advance and then populate them later, in which case you'll want to uncheck that box so that the empty groups appear within your recipients list. By default, we hide them because most people aren't going to need those. And finally, on Android only, you have the theme setting. You can see that you don't have that on iOS there. The theme setting simply allows you to choose between a light and dark theme for the application, to make personal preference, to make it easy to read if you're a night owl like me. And those are our mobile applications. These are available now through the Android market and the iPhone App Store. We will probably expand their functionality in future versions, so if you do have any suggestions or new features, or certainly if you find any bugs, feel free to let us know, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible and do our best to help you out with those. I'm Greg J. Priest. Have a great day.